This is a great honor for every fan of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm honored to be in the NFL.
What can I say? Mamba out.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the afternoon show presented by ESEN. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez, Jay McLovin, Frankie Lake Show. He changed his name on me again, and 518 Jake. How's it going, guys?
Pretty good.
Man, it's going good out here in sunny Texas, other than the meltdown by the Astros last night in my world. But I'm sure we'll talk when we talk about stuff when we get to MLB. But other than that, it's not a bad day, man. Not too bad.
Pretty good. It's super gloomy in upstate New York.
That's how it's been here in Indiana for the last few days until today. We actually got a decent day. It's kind of sunny and
50 degrees.
and about 50 out. So, and it's supposed to, I think the next few days is actually supposed to start warming up some for us. It's been cold. We got snow the other day. Not enough to on the ground or nothing, but it was cold enough. It was snowing.
Yeah, we had a couple little flurries yesterday. About 10 inches of rain too.
It always blows my mind when I see snow in like April, May, June. I've seen snow in June in Wisconsin. That really blew my mind when it was June and I was at Summerfest. No, yeah, it was Summerfest, and it started snowing. And I'm like, what the hell is this? This is supposed to be summer, and they're getting snow. Oh, that's weird.
When I umpired baseball, I used to umpire games, and it'd be snowing here in Indiana at the beginning of the season.
Oh, that's nuts. That's crazy to me. Let me ask you guys a question. Who do you think, out of Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward, what prospect do you think is going to have the most pressure to perform when they get to the NFL, if they're required to be starters?
I'm going to say Ward because I think he's going to go first pick.
Right. I'm kind of thinking Shedeur, in my opinion, only because the fact that I think he personally feels like he should have been or should be number one. And I think with his namesake of Sanders, I feel like that's a lot of pressure to be under.
I would say Ward because of what you said, because of I think he's going to be the number one pick. But pressure-wise, I think attention from the media-wise, it'll be Sanders because of who his dad is.
Yeah.
But if you look a lot from reading and listening a lot of what the scouts are coming out with, a lot of them guys, they all have Ward rated as pretty much a lot better than Sanders. So I think that would put a little more pressure on Ward because I think he's going to go number one. But I do agree with you that media and everybody's going to talk about Sanders more, no matter if he's starting or not, because of who his dad is.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Like I freak out. If I was any of these kids, I'd be scared going to any of these teams. Half the time, these teams are underperforming already, and then you want to be a great stud, and you got to deal with some of the garbage that could be on that team potentially. I would not want to get drafted to the Titans. I'm just going to be honest. Not my first pick of teams.
I honestly, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I honestly think Cam Ward is gonna. I think he's gonna get a pass for at least a year because we know how bad the Titans are. They don't have anybody for Cam Ward to throw to. They don't have no running back basically good enough like they have for Derrick Henry, and I don't think they have a really good head coach over there in Tennessee. So I think he'll have a year or two to to slide by. So the more the attention is gonna go to Shedeur Sanders. But the rest of us, in my opinion, I think it's going to be Cam Ward. But because he's probably gonna go to Tennessee at number 1 and they don't have nobody, they're gonna give him like a couple years until they can like rebuild around Cam Ward.
Let me ask you the following question. This is another thing I was thinking about. What young quarterback, not coming out of the draft, like just already in the league right now, what young NFL quarterback right now do you think is under the most pressure? For me, I think it's Anthony Richardson, only because of the fact that, like you said earlier, I think in the previous show, Chris, of how high they took him. I feel like this is a make or break, right now moment for him. And if he doesn't do good against Daniel Jones, then it could really hurt him bad. So I'm going to say Anthony Richardson. Who do y'all think is under the most pressure right now?
I hate that name, Daniel Jones, by the way. But I don't know. I think Jaden Daniels in a tough spot. Like, he's got a pretty good team. I just hope they could keep it up, honestly.
I'm gonna say Lawrence because I thought he's underperformed the last couple of years. I'm gonna say Lawrence.
That's not a bad. I can see that. I can understand that for sure.
I'm gonna say Caleb Williams with the Bears, because all you've heard now is that Bears have went out and spent all this money for the offensive line. That was supposedly the problem last year, was their offensive line. They've addressed all their holes and stuff. So I think that he needs to have a big year this year for the Bears. Because with the Bears, they don't give you much time. Look what they did with Fields too. They only give you 2 or 3 seasons. If you're not performing, they're ready to move on.
Especially since now you have an offensive-minded coach. You can't say, well, I had a defensive coach or whatever. I didn't get the support I need. I mean, Ben Johnson's all about the love and support on offense. So I totally agree. God, that's a good one. I didn't even think about that.
And also you got to think, when you mentioned the coach, Williams isn't his quarterback. Williams was already there before him. So if Williams don't start performing like he wants him to, he's not attached to Williams like some of the other guys are. He might move on a little quicker.
Frankie?
Yeah, you're probably gonna think I'm crazy, but I'm gonna have to say Brock Purdy. I mean,
that's what I was. That's another good one.
You really look at it, he's been waiting to sign this deal. I don't even think we've seen ink to paper yet on his contract that he's supposed to be getting, and that's the reason why San Francisco's been losing players left and right to other teams, because they don't want to give the money out to these certain players because they're waiting for Brock Purdy. And I feel like when it does happen, it's gonna happen before the season starts. When he does get his contract, you're gonna have to now help this team become what you guys used to be. Playoff run team, a team that was in the Super Bowl multiple times in the last 5 years. You still got Brandon Ayuk, you still got George Kittle. The Christian McCaffrey is a question mark. Will he be healthy? Can he stay on the field? How long can he play? All that stuff. So I think in me, it's gonna have to be Brock Purdy.
Yeah, especially since they got rid of so much of that team just to give him the contract he was looking for. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
Do you guys think San Francisco made the right move in getting rid of Debo and signing Ayuk to all that money?
Brock Purdy's a bum.
Well, they still have Brandon Ayuk.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if Ayuk was better than Debo.
No, he's definitely not. Debo's more right now healthier than Brandon Ayuk is. We don't know what he's going to bring next year when he comes back from his injury. I like Debo Samuel, but I think this is the right move for him, because let's not forget, Debo Samuel wanted to leave San Francisco a long time ago when they were using him as like a running back wide receiver type thing that one year, and he was like overtired. He wanted to leave San Francisco then. So I think this is a good move on Debo's part. 49ers as well, it was a good move on their part, because now you get the tension away from you. Now you could focus more on Brock Purdy and around him. But I don't know, man. That's not the only two that they're missing, Tony. They're losing a lot of people.
Yep.
And let's not forget, though, that San Francisco still has Jennings over there, and Jennings had a really good season. So You know, you put Jennings alongside Ayuk, and then if Christian McCaffrey, they say he's healthy now, so if he comes back, they're going to have to. I hate to say load management McCaffrey a little bit, but they may have to keep him healthy throughout the whole season. The only downside I see to losing Debo versus losing Ayuk is with Debo, you kind of get a little bit more flexibility in that offense because you can move him around, not all the time, but you can move him around a little bit. You know, God forbid if McCaffrey goes down or whatever, and they got a hurt spot at running back, you can kind of slide Debo over there a little bit. So I just think having Debo gives him a little bit more flexibility. But again, sometimes that flexibility can keep you hurt, which I think it has hurt his career a little bit. So yeah, it's interesting.
Chris.
I think it was a good move. I think what makes it seem like maybe a bad move now is because you gave Ayuk all that money, and when they paid Ayuk last year, they still had Samuel, but then you paid Ayuk that money, and then boom, he got hurt. So now it makes it it put you in a little tough situation. But one thing they do have, you mentioned Jennings, but they also have that rookie Parasol.
Yep.
I think is how you pronounce his name.
Yep.
He got shot last year, so he got right before the season. He got off to a little bit of a slow start, but by the end of the season, he started playing pretty good too. So I think they'll be all right there. I think the key for them is going to be McCaffrey healthy, because their offense is a totally different offense when he's available than when he's not.
And what's crazy is the backup for McCaffrey, he actually had a solid year as well after Christian McCaffrey went down. And he's not with the 49ers anymore. He ended up going to another team this offseason. So San Francisco's even in a deeper hole with running back if Christian isn't healthy.
Who's their number 2 guy? If McCaffrey was to go down, who's behind him?
Oh, you know who it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure now.
I'll pull up their depth chart now.
And as doing that,
Kyle Kid, is that his name?
and as they're looking that up, if you guys haven't done so already, please hit that follow button. That share, that like, comment on our stream. We appreciate it. We thank you guys for joining us in the afternoon show, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern time, every week on ESPN Network.
Yeah, I'm not sure who it is. I know that last year
DeMarcus.
they had Gurindo.
Oh no, excuse me, not DeMarcus. They have Patrick Taylor Jr. I apologize.
I was thinking about the fullback that I can't even say his last name.
Oh, he's gone. Oh, I think he's gone. Did they bring him back on a cheaper deal, or is he still gone?
If he left, he would still be gone. But I don't know if he left or not.
Who you?
No. They let him go. No, he's still on the team now because I see him on the depth chart. But they did let him go,
Yeah,
and
he
then
is
they
on
brought
the
him
depth
back.
Back.
Yeah,
Who you talking about? Juszczyk, right?
yeah.
Yeah, they let him go for like a week, and then they re-signed him to a cheaper deal. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Jay. Yeah, that's what they did.
I appreciate that clarification. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Sometimes we can't hear you because of all that hair around your lips.
Okay.
Oh man, and this is gonna be that hell of a show.
I'm really surprised at the fact that Jay just had his water in his hand. He opened it, didn't even sip it, started laughing, closed it, and put it back down. Like you didn't even get to sip it.
You said what? Man, I ain't gonna say it. Yeah. Damn it, that barber, she was supposed to trim around here when I got my thing done. I didn't think about it when I left. So. Shows me $10 now per beard trim.
You got the Santa Claus beard going on, yo. Like the mustache is just like.
I know. Well, I was thinking about getting some mustache wax. I'm gonna try to see if I can curl it out and then kind of go up a little bit. Right now, it's using this dental floss a little bit.
Oh shit! Oh.
Let's get back to the show.
Good Lord!
All right, what was next?
I think Frankie want to talk about some Lakers, I believe.
Let's do it.
Ain't nobody want to talk about that crusty team.
Let's do it. You don't want to talk about them because you know you scared, kid. You scared.
In all honesty, matchup wise, I think I'd be a little bit more nervous right now if I had to go up against Golden State, because that team, there's still a lot of experience on that team. And I mean, when Butler gets going, they all get going. I don't know, matchup wise, I think I'm a little bit more nervous about Golden State because I still have issues. I mean, you guys got Doncic, and I get it, but I guess honestly, tomorrow night's game is really going to be my telltale for me, because I know we lost the first game in LA to you guys, so I want to recognize that. But we play you guys again in LA tomorrow night, so I'm really going to be curious to see how we perform tomorrow night. To be honest,
You know what I just thought of? By Jay's logic, the Rockets are done because they lost to the Lakers last time. Remember, Cleveland went no good because they got beat by the Rockets twice in a row. So, yeah, you better hope the Rockets don't lose the Lakers.
Wait,
twice in a row. You guys are done.
We didn't get beat by Cleveland. We beat Cleveland twice.
That's what I said. And back then you said
Cleveland
there's no way Cleveland will do anything because they lost to the Rockets twice in a row. So by your logic, if you guys lose to the Lakers tonight, the Rockets aren't going to do anything this season. So you guys better not lose to the Lakers your next time. You can't lose to them twice in a row.
Well, it wouldn't be in a row, but yeah, I got you.
It'd be 2 times you played them in a row.
Well, that's more accurate, but it wouldn't be in a row.
It would be in a row. 2 times you played them in a row.
When Houston beat Cleveland, it wasn't in a row. They beat them twice.
Oh, what a time to be alive. No, honestly though, the one thing Houston is still kind of lacking, truthfully, is playoff experience. So I am curious to see how well we do, come out. I have every confidence we can play with them, but that lack of experience can be a thing. The one thing I am glad about is I know Ime Udoka does have playoff experience as a coach. So I feel like he's going to have us ready come playoff time.
Guys, it don't make no difference. We're all playing for second place. We all know the Celtics are going to win it again. So we're all playing for second place.
Yes, sir. That's a good man right there.
I'm not a Boston fan. I'm a Pacers fan, but Frankie.
The fact that Jay just constantly, he got some playoff experience. He Daka.
Well, hey, what kind of accent is that,
playoff experience, Jay? Now, let's be real. You know why he had playoff experience? And I'm not gonna knock this guy. He's a good coach. He did turn your Houston Rockets around. He got you guys to the number 2 spot. Congratulations. That's good on his part. You got some young talent, and I don't want to knock this guy. But let's not forget, he got playoff experience because he was with the Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, all these guys. Of course he's going to have playoff experience. But this time around, Jay, he's with a whole new team that a bunch of these players are not I feel like, who is it? Van Fleet is the only one that's been playoff experience on the Rockets roster. And I don't want to knock you guys down, but he's going into the playoff with a bunch of young talent stars who don't know what that feels like. And I don't want you. And if it happens and you guys do get eliminated in the first round, I'm not jinxing you, and I'm not trolling you guys or anything like that, saying that it will happen, because most likely it will. But
I knew that was coming.
But I don't want you coming. I don't want you coming back and being like, the playoff, Udoka coaching, why, blah, blah, blah. Like, nah, because I'm going to come back and I'm going to say, but what about the playoff experience, Jay, that Udoka has?
I'm going to tell you that my team doesn't have the experience. So we are relying on our coach to put us in good positions and drawing up good plays, right? But the team itself as a whole still obviously is talented but young, and they don't have the playoff experience. But I'll tell you this, your team still sucks ass, even with an old ass age of LeBron and Doncic. So shut the fuck up.
You talking about the old ass LeBron and Luka Doncic that beat you guys 10 days ago?
No, seriously. Yeah. Okay. See, I knew you're gonna say it. You're gonna talk about Houston, but I don't think your team. Okay, you can say what you want about Houston, but we have a much brighter future long term than what you guys got because of age, right? And let's be honest. How far do you really think? On this panel, please tell me if you think that the Lakers are going to be in the finals. No, not this guy. So, anybody else think the Lakers are going to make the finals?
You're the only one that raised your hand. Everybody else kept their
I was raising my hand to
because they
show.
know-
Hey, raise your hand
they
if
know
you think
we
that
have
that's what
Luka.
happened.
We had the Luka man, and the fact that you said that we're not going to be nothing in the future because of age is just ridiculous. Luka Doncic is just 26.
Yeah, you're
years
not.
old.
I'm gonna be honest with you right now.
Luka's
You're not going
26
anywhere,
years
guy.
old. We could build around Luka after this year.
Sure
what are
you
you
can.
talking about?
Sure, you're
So,
right.
hey,
You will.
Durant's going to be on there next year.
No, he's not, Tony.
Oh my God! If that
Hey,
happened, I would
honestly,
thank the
I would
Lord.
come unglued.
Honestly, you know what the rumors I heard, and I hope it don't happen. I've heard that that Jokic might end up with the Lakers next year.
I've been hearing that too.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're supposed to give
wow.
up like 5 or 6 players. That's just gonna
If
leave
you
us
put
with
Jokic with Doncic,
that. That would
that's
just
a great combination right there. Damn.
be, that,
I mean, they already got rid of their coaching and management. Might as well.
Listen,
get rid of the
that's all we're
stars.
gonna need next year, guys. Just give us Joker. That's what we need. LeBron, Luka, and Jokic on the court. That's it. That's all we need.
I'd get
That's
rid of LeBron. Fuck LeBron.
Now I'll tell you the one person on the Lakers that really has impressed me, right, is AR-15. I think AR-15.
Say his name, baby.
Hey,
No,
but
hey, back
he's
when you
willing
look
to
at AR-15
willing to
last
trade
year,
him,
you look
though.
at AR-15 this year, like he's a legit. They do have a legit big three, right, between Doncic, AR-15, and Braun. They have a legit a 3-man team. They do, or a big three.
But to Frankie's point, the Lakers aren't really an old team. The only player on their team that's really old is LeBron. If you look at their other players, Reeves isn't old, Doncic isn't old. So I mean, it's not far fetched that they could build around Luke and still be right there competing.
Yeah,
for the next few
but
years.
if they make that trade for Doncic, they're going to get it. They're going to give up a bunch of young
Yeah.
players.
Yeah, if they was to make a trade like that. But I mean, even how they're set right now,
Oh yeah.
they I mean, there's no reason they can't compete.
I don't know if Frank agrees with me. I think the right move, and I said it earlier in the year, I think get rid of LeBron and build around Luka. Completely.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that.
Get rid of him and start building.
I think when Braun leaves, that whole team is going to go through a culture change. You know,
I think
once Braun goes, a lot of that craziness will go along with him, and then it's actually going to be turned back over to the GM, and I think they're really going to be able to build a culture around that team.
I think LeBron and his boys going to end up in Houston.
Houston.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
I just can't wait for.
I mean, hey, LeBron's a great player, but no, that was still our
team. Going to end up in Golden State. What Chris has been saying. He said LeBron's going to end up in Golden State.
Well, doesn't he want to play with Curry?
Yep.
He already played with Curry. Let's just drop that. You guys really want me? You want me to go through this again? He's played with Curry. The Olympics and Team USA. That's
no. We're talking about the NBA playing with Curry.
It's done with. We've seen it. All right. You won a championship together. It might be a gold medal and it's not a trophy, but you won a championship. Damn it! All right. We've seen you as teammates. We don't need to see them together in the regular NBA. What the Lakers really need is to make a trade with the Pacers and get Miles Turner. I don't know what's taking so goddamn long.
Miles Turner.
Miles Turner's gonna be in the grave, but they're still gonna be trying to get that son bitch.
I'm sure that'll be one of the trades that's talked about early in the season next year. It'll be Miles Turner to the Lakers.
They the Pacers gotta make a decision on him.
They do up every year.
I've been waiting for this trade for 3 years. We've been seeing news about this for like 3 years now. I've been waiting. It's gonna happen at one point. This the Pacers though. Give them up, damn it! Stop being greedy.
We might give them to you after we win the championship this year.
Like, look at I mean.
Hey, just out of curiosity, real talk. How many more years does Turner have on his contract with you guys?
I thought you knew because you said.
No, I
thought you said it was coming.
Look, see, y'all don't even know your own players' contract. If he was the Lakers, I would have gave you that answer, Jay, quick. They don't even.
I think
know.
he has two. I thought he had like 2 years, but I'll double check.
The way I was hearing, I thought maybe it was an option year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For some reason, I was thinking he still had 2 years from the extension he signed.
Jay, let me ask you this: if Houston could make any trade for anybody for next year to get that team over the hump, who would you who in your mind would you go for?
Man.
Miles Turner's a free agent after this season, it says.
I was getting ready to say,
Yep.
he's a
Yeah. I mean, I think, I would like to see somebody on the bench because I really like our starting five. I think we just need a little bit, maybe a little bit more bench help. So it had to be somebody that off the bench because I don't want to give up anybody off our starting five right now. Amen Thompson is playing great. Jabari Smith Jr. is playing great in terms of in their experience. So
What about Adam Turner? Adam Turner, free agent.
Yeah, I mean, but again, we got Turner's he's a center. That's his natural position, right? Center, right? Or does he play forward as well?
He's a center, but he blocks shots, but he's not a super great rebounder. But he does block a lot of shots. Pretty good defender, but he does shoot a lot. He can shoot a lot of threes.
Because right now, the reason why I asked that is right, we already have Sagoon that plays center, and he gets lots of blocks, lots of rebounds, things of that nature. So if we were to take on a guy like Miles Turner, he'd have to be on the bench and come in off the bench for us. And I know Miles Turner's he's a starter, so that really wouldn't be beneficial for us or him because I'm sure he's gonna want to get paid. So
yeah.
I think Turner's going to end up re-signing with the Pacers. So
I think would be an upgrade. I know you'd be giving up points wise, but would be an upgrade if LeBron left and Turner went there.
Right. See, the Rockets, I don't think the Rockets have to bring on anybody per se. I think we're good with what we have. We just need to keep gathering up the experience, which hopefully this playoffs will be that first step in the process of getting the experience. I don't think we need to shake up the team. I think the team is fine just the way it is. It's just a matter of growing the team and the chemistry because I don't want to mess up the chemistry either because we have really good chemistry on that team. And everybody knows their roles. We got plenty of bench scoring, honestly. We really do.
What team scares you the most? Is it OKC?
Oh, no. OKC does. I mean, OKC has a great squad, but that Golden State team, honestly, I think it'd be Golden State just because of they got a great championship coach. They got Steph Curry, which is, they got a lot of experience, right? Draymond's still there. Butler's giving them full of energy. They got a pretty good Kuminga. They got a pretty good bench. They're a very difficult team to match up with. So I would say, for me, it's Golden State.
I think Golden State's going to end up in that 6th spot.
Yeah,
dude. If the Warriors get Jimmy Butler, that's been playing in the playoffs the last few years, like he has been, the Warriors are going to be a very tough team to beat in the West.
The only downside to Golden State is they can tend to be inconsistent. That's the only thing. They kind of go up and down a little bit. If they can, and I think once we get to playoffs. Playoffs a different style of basketball. I think that will probably level itself out. But for right now, it's just if I had to say if there was one weakness in that Golden State team, it's just being consistent, right? And if they can get past that inconsistency, then they're going to be fine. I mean, they're going to be dangerous as hell.
Golden State, Garden State, lava cake, Lakers in 5.
It literally took him about 30 minutes of the dictionary usage to figure that shit out. But it's all good. Good job,
No,
Frankie.
it's called being a parent. And when I'm not here, I go be a parent. And then when I come back and I just hear you, being scared of Golden State, and then you want to give them,
Whoa.
give them their
Hold on a
time.
minute.
Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. You're doing good. You're doing good. Do not mess it up. And I just come back and all I
you
hear.
put words in my mouth. I can't let that go.
I'm just saying. I come back and I come back and all I hear is, Golden State's a good team. That's but the only you gotta have a weakness in there. I see a weakness, but they're a good team, and they got playoff experience. Blah blah blah. Listen, Jay, stop being a little scaredy cat. It's the playoffs. You're a second seed team. That tells you something. Don't be scared. You sound like you're scared of Jimmy Butler. You scared of Jimmy playoffs? You scared of Jimmy playoff? Are you scared of Steph Curry? You scared of Draymond? You scared for your young boys over there in Houston? You sound like you scared. You know who's not scared? The Magic in LA and Luka. The GOAT and the king of LeBron James.
He's shaking in his boots. He's so Frankie's so scared, bro. The Warriors are about to smoke the Lakers. Warriors in 6.
You think your Boston Celtics gonna do something to eat? Hey, yo, Chris, Tony, let him know about them Pacers.
You know what we have? You know what
let
the
him know
Celtics
about the
got?
Pacers.
We got a Porzingis, the best thing in the NBA.
A Porzingis? Hold on. A Porzingis who misses playoffs because he can't stay healthy during playoff time? That Porzingis?
We don't need him every game.
Don't
That's
come
good.
in here
He
bring
there.
Porzingis and then say we don't need him every game. Don't be coming in here with that Porzingis, but we don't need him every game.
Porzingis.
Get out of here.
Well, it's better than freaking LeBron's load management ass taking games off. So ain't nobody scared of no fucking LA.
He's smart.
Let's be
talking about
honest. Ain't
LeBron-
nobody
hold on,
scared of
hold on. You
LA.
talking about
Nobody's
LeBron.
scared of
Smart.
LA.
You talking about
honestly.
LeBron and
Nobody's
his
scared.
load management. Let's talk about Van Fleet and his load management. What's up with Van Fleet and
When
his load
have
management?
you ever
Didn't he
seen
miss-
Van Fleet
How
load
much-
managed,
How
guy?
much he missed?
When
How
have you
much he
ever
missed?
seen Van? No,
How much
seriously.
he missed?
You talk about it. When have you seen
Jay, how much time he missed, Jay? 2 months? LeBron missed 2 weeks.
he had a jacked up
No,
ankle.
no, he ain't had nothing.
He
He
had
ain't
an
had nothing,
injury.
Jay.
One injury
No.
out of the whole season.
He ain't
Your
had
dude
nothing.
breaks off every other weekend.
You
The dude who wasn't hurt was
You're
LeBron.
lying.
LeBron wasn't hurt at all.
Thank you. He wasn't hurt at all. He was being smart. He's like, I'm
That's
gonna
my
rest him
point.
for the
He's
playoffs 'cause I
sitting
know I'm
out
gonna go to
games
the
because he's a
playoffs.
little biatch.
He's resting because he know what he got to do in the playoffs.
Jordan never took
Your
no
guy
damn
over
game
there, on the
off.
other
That dude
hand,
played with a sickness.
your guy
LeBron-
over there faking
LeBron
an
gets a
injury.
hangnail and he's done for a week.
Your guy faking an injury, Van Fleet, gotten you guys over there like, well, wait till Van Fleet come back. We know he gonna come back because he's faking an injury. He ain't no real injury. It was fake. He took 2 months off so he could get a 2-month vacation so he could do stuff for you guys. Because once he came back, what
You
happened?
know what I hear from you is insecurities about your team. You're so insecure about the Lakers that you literally go after everybody else. When you know you don't even believe the own shit coming out of your mouth. You're like sepsis.
Jay,
You know,
it's not
except-
even. It's, Jay, hold on. For one, if you're gonna say something about that with me, say it right. I do that with every single one of my teams in every sport. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I do that in every team. Listen, my Patriots can be 2-12, and guess what? I'll still do that, baby. I still talk that shit.
By the way, folks, this is why you never smoke stems and seeds. I'm just saying.
Who smokes stems and seeds?
You know
Tony?
you know you do. It's close to
Tony?
payday, right? Now you smoking stems and seeds.
Bro, this is 2025. I don't smoke stems and seeds.
If you're still getting shit with seeds in it, you got a problem, Jay.
I don't get no with seeds. I don't smoke. No, it's against the law in Texas. I don't do that. I drink. I'll tell you that. I do what I can legally afford.
We would never know that you drank, Jay.
See, this is what I'm talking about here with Joe. This is what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about, Joe. You bring the heat. You teach Jay. God, Jay, why is this guy from he's from Italy? He don't even get to watch most of the Houston Rocket games. And he's even telling you he got heart. That's what I'm talking about. Now wait till they get eliminated in the first round, and Joe gonna come in here with another attitude like
It was like Mickey Delaney's got a heart. He's calling out crybaby King James, big
yeah,
bitch.
I saw Mickey Delaney. I see what he says, but at the end of the day, he don't even have a basketball team. So it makes no sense to just pay attention to what Mickey says. He's still in his heart. He's still rooting for the Seattle Supersonics, and he don't even know they're not there no more. Boom, 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 boom. Yo, Pat,
You're
I'm
messing up
sorry.
everybody, man.
Listen, I'm
Damn,
sorry,
leave that
but
man alone.
Pat McAfee's one night got me lit today.
I would like to say one thing. I don't know if anyone watched that Pat McAfee or saw any highlights from that Pat McAfee thing last night. Don't ever put a football in Paul Skeen's hands. He cannot throw it. It was very upsetting to watch that.
He was throwing curveballs. Jacob, what do you expect from him?
That was terrible. He couldn't even throw it third. It was like 40 feet away. He had to throw it through a huge circle.
Sliders. He's used to throwing sliders. You know, some curveballs, knuckleballs. You gotta give him some props. At least he hit the ring.
Yeah, the second throw was a lot better than the first throw.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But no, I agree, Frankie. It was a real good show last night. I enjoyed watching that. I didn't know what to expect. It's crazy. He sold that arena out without even nobody knew any of the acts that was going to be there. All they knew was that he was going to be there. He didn't announce anybody that was going to be there and sold that out in an hour and a half.
Dude, a lot of these podcasts that go and do these arena shows are just selling out like crazy. Like whenever they do them.
I'm hoping he does some more because I think the next one will be here in Indianapolis, and I'm definitely going.
Oh, for sure, definitely.
Yeah, I think I got to see the first hour, and I really enjoyed it. I had to go to work, but it was good what I seen.
Other than the sumo wrestling match, it took a little bit to get that going because they kept acting like they were going to start, then they would stop, and then they act like they're going to start, then they would stop. But yeah, that was fun. That was fun because he had like Boston Connor and Ty Schmidt, some of his guys out there and stuff too. So,
Oh my god!
if you're a fan of the show, if you're a fan of the Pat McAfee show, that was pretty cool.
I think for ESN, we should have Jay take on Frankie in a sumo match. Get him out there in diapers.
I totally fucked up Frankie, man. I would fuck that kid up so bad. I jack his ass up.
Maybe be announcers. We'll let Mickey Delaney.
Yeah, I pop him right in his nose. That dude go down crying. I think Carson can go for daddy's ass.
You know how sumo wrestling is, Jay.
I'm gonna hit him with my stomach, right up in the nose.
You know, so I love that Jay says all this because he even knows that by the time he's walking on the ramp, his ACL is gonna tear with his old ass. But
that's true. It probably would tear. I mean, it's truthfulness. He's not saying anything that's wrong. I mean, be honest with you.
I'll tell you what, it took them sumo wrestlers a minute to get going, but as soon as they would actually go at it, man, when they hit each other, like,
man, well how much does each sumo wrestler weigh? How much does each one of them weigh? You think? What, 350, 400? I mean, what's their weight?
Both them guys were over 500 pounds.
So yeah, 1,000 pounds. Wow. Yeah. That's insane.
Disgusting.
Shut up, Jay. You about 25 pounds away from it.
Shit.
But I wonder how much. Hold on. But I wonder in those sumo wrestlers, and they're 500 pounds. I wonder how much muscle. You know, it's obviously a lot of fat, but how much muscle? I mean, they gotta have I'm assuming a lot of muscle, right?
2% muscle in the ankles.
I mean, I don't know much about the sumo world, but I'm just wondering how much muscle mass is underneath all of that.
Oh, I'm sure a lot because them guys, they get on them protein diets, man, where they're eating an outrageous amount of protein every day.
Right. I mean, you have to be at 500 pounds.
But Frankie, like you mentioned during the pre-show, during that sumo wrestling, one of the great things about that segment was also Shane Gillis. I thought he was hilarious the whole time out there, and especially when they got up on the thing to give out the money. He started talking about the crowd guy going to get a divorce and stuff, and all kinds of things. I thought he was pretty good.
Dude, they got Shane Gillis coming like near us. He sold out like that. I was so upset, bro. Oh, I wanted to go see him so bad.
Interesting.
I'm not sure I know who he is. I think I do, but
He's very funny. Very funny guy.
he's been in some TV series, ain't he?
He does a TV
There's a lot of the
series on
SNL
Netflix called
stuff.
Tires.
He's got Frank, he's got a Netflix series called Tires. He does a lot of stand-up. He does a bunch of podcasts. He's more like a newer comedian.
You probably saw him on College Game Day. He made an appearance on College Game Day.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
I think it was the Notre Dame game, if I remember right.
Yeah, that's what.
He's
That's
at
what
all the Notre Dame games.
He's the one that Nick Saban didn't like.
Yep.
He called Nick Saban Indiana Jones or something else like that. Or Alabama Jones. He called him Alabama Jones and something else. Saban got a little upset. Yeah, he's hilarious. I'd like if he comes around here. I'd like to go see him.
Hilarious, dude.
Yeah, Jay would enjoy that last night. We would have got to see Snoop Dogg, and Jay would have loved it.
I do like Snoop, actually. I mean, I like him as an entertainer. I like him as what he does. I mean, he's got some good stuff to him.
Yeah, Snoop, Wiz Khalifa, Jelly Roll.
Yeah, I like Jelly Roll. I would have liked to have gone and see Jelly Roll. I really
Parker
Dude,
McCollum.
they were doing like whole sets too. It wasn't just like one song. They were up there for like 30, 40 minutes.
You know, I know they consider Jelly Roll to be country. I think that's what he's classified as, but I don't really look at his music as being all country. I think he's more pop or something else than country. I don't know. It's weird. Unless country music is heading that direction or something. I don't know. I just don't really see him as country, even though I know that's what they classify him as.
Jelly Roll played a little bit of everything last night because he played a couple of his original songs. He played some rock songs, played some rap.
Bunch of rap.
I mean, yeah, he done everything. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I
he's
would love to
definitely-
go see it. That's one guy I would like to go see in concert. I think it's kind of like a Post Malone kind of guy. Post Malone kind of does the same thing, you know.
And Jay's lost about 200 pounds.
Jelly Roll has.
Yes. 557 to down to 347. Something like that. He lost about 200 pounds. So he wants to lose 100 more, and he's going skydiving.
I tell you what, you get 500 pounds into a plane, that's gonna be a rough day. I remember one time I got into a plane to go from St. Louis all the way down to Fort Leonard Wood, and there was 6 of us on this little tiny itty bitty plane, and it was Tony. You know how Jay gets nervous? Because I feel like, look, if my knees are literally wrapped around the seat of the pilot, that's how you're crammed in there. I'm like, look, hey, think about it like this.
Your legs wait. Your legs was wrapped around the pilot?
The seat.
Oh, okay. Was he sitting in the seat?
No, seriously. No, listen. You are so crammed in this thing. I told the pilot, I said, you realize if I wanted to, I could touch any one of those buttons on your panel? That scares me. I should never have that kind of access, even by accident, to be that close to the panel that could be my destruction. And by the way, I did say, hey, do you want me to move my knee to the left a little bit? It might be in front of your gear shifter, but okay.
This is turning hard right.
Yes, it is.
We're talking about
That's what he said.
We're talking about sitting up close behind pilots and touching panels and buttons.
Gear shifts.
I don't know why I brought that up. I should have left that one alone. I'm sorry.
Well, speaking of gear shift in Denver, they finally get a win after firing Michael Malone. What do you guys think the Denver's going to do in the playoffs this year? Honestly, with this interim head coach,
Man, I don't know.
They're gonna lose.
Jacob, you just worry about the East, not worrying about the West. All right, you just worry about the Cavs and the Pacers. All right, not the Knicks, because everybody know the Knicks can't show up anytime. But
Well, I
you worry
did think it
about
was
the Pacers
interesting
and the
that
West.
he was drawing up plays on the sideline. Joker was drawing up plays. So I guess Joker has kind of put himself into coach mode at this point.
Joker's an advanced player. Heck, he's definitely gonna take a lot of leadership for sure.
I mean, shouldn't he have already taken up leadership?
I think he has. I mean, I think he's much more than a leader now. It's almost like he's a coach and a leader. I mean, he's always been a leader. Everybody knows Joker's a leader, right? Okay, let's just cut that conversation. It's just now he's having to take on an additional duty of drawing up plays on the sideline. Now, David Adelman, I don't know why you got Joker drawing up plays. I thought that was your job, but
I'm not trying to be a smart ass or anything like this, but we've seen multiple superstars on multiple teams do this, right? Like they sometimes sit next to the coach or they interrupt the coach and they're saying, listen, this is what I'm seeing on the court. This is what we're going to do. And they're doing plays as well. Like they're drawing out plays. So I think Joker should have been doing this already with Denver. I don't know what's been taking it so long. Like you are the key piece of the Denver Nuggets. You're the leader in that team. I feel like you should have been doing this for years. Why did it take up to this moment to get your head coach fired for you to finally step up and be a coach, leadership type role when you should have been doing it already throughout the season? They wouldn't be in the position that they're in right now.
yeah.
Have any of you guys heard what the reason was why they fired him, or do any of you have any speculation why they fired him?
Well, I heard it was mainly because Mike Malone went on the press the last game that they lost before the one that they just won yesterday. And he went out and he basically like just trash talked or tarnished the team, saying that nobody's stepping up, nobody's doing defense and stuff like that. Like he's basically, saying bad shit about his players, which we've seen many times, but on many coaches, like we've seen that multiple times. But I feel like because he did that, it got Joker pissed. And I feel like Joker went to the front office and I got the news earlier. I think it was earlier today or some point yesterday that Joker went to the front office and he talked with them. And I feel like because you got your superstar in your office telling you, listen, we need to move away from this coach. If he's going to be out there talking to us like this or talking about us like this to the media, we don't need that. This is what's going to ruin our franchise in the locker room. So I feel like that's what happened.
Well, I've also read in a couple of articles though that one of the issues, not all of it, but one of the issues was of how much Malone wanted to use Westbrook, and I think that was kind of an issue. So I don't know. I think it was a lot of things. Honestly, I don't think it was any just one thing. I think there was clearly a directional shift within that organization, players, administration, whatever, that was different from what Malone was wanting to do.
You think it's a smart move to do this? 4 games left in the season.
We've seen many crazy things this season already, Tom. We've seen Memphis move on from their head coach with a couple of weeks left of the season. We've seen Denver do what they did with a couple of days left in the season. We've seen a lot of things like this happen before. Was it a smart move? Possibly, because now they have a little bit of fire underneath them. I feel like now they're like, we got rid of the piece that was bringing us down. Now we can step it up. Let's not forget Jamal Murray's not healthy, so they haven't had Jamal Murray the last couple of games. When is he going to come back, and how productive is he going to be when he comes back? So I think it was a smart move on their part, just because the way we see Mike Malone coach the Denver Nuggets this year did not look the same. It hasn't. But the fact that they did it this late, it's a little confusing.
It's strange how things can go so bad. I mean, he won a championship, 2 years ago?
Yeah, literally won it 2 years ago. And he's part of one of those coaches that, each coach in the last since 2019 have gotten fired that won championships. He joins that list. The only one on that list, I think, is no, that's a different one. I was thinking about Ty Lue. That's a different one.
You think he coaches next year? Head coach next year?
I see him going to Memphis.
Really?
Yeah, I see him going to Memphis.
Huh. And take it over where Taylor Jenkins left off.
I mean, he honestly is how do you call it? Not an attitude coach, but a coach that don't take any shit lightly. So I feel like that's what Memphis needs, especially with someone like Ja Morant on your team. I feel like you bring Mike Malone in there, he was straighten Ja Morant up, kind of, maybe, depending. We don't know if Ja Morant, what's he going to be carrying into that in the locker room. It could be a grenade or could it be a gun? We don't know. But maybe I feel like he's the best chance of straightening up the Memphis Grizzlies organization. So I think he will coach next year. My real question is, why is he getting fired? Why is Memphis firing their head coach? Phoenix just got eliminated last night. They still got their head coach. What the hell is going on?
Could he go to Phoenix?
Hell no. Nobody wants to coach Kevin Durant.
He's going to be on. I'm telling you, he's going to be on the Lakers next year.
Man, you don't even know how many times I go to church and they say, hey, please come down to the altar if you have anything that you want us to pray for. And I literally go down to the altar every single time and I pray that Durant will go to the Lakers. I don't know if it's ever going to happen, but I damn sure pray about it.
I'll start doing that, Jay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think we all pray hard enough that possibly will come to fruition. And we all know that Frankie's the devil and he'll just burn in church, so that's not going to happen.
Yeah, well, if I'm burning in church, the only thing that's burning is my blunt. Listen. God put that on this earth for a reason.
Mm. And I read in there that there was also, I guess, supposedly a rift between Booth and Malone, and that was an issue, which is interesting because they fought. So I guess management came in and said, "Fine, you're both gone. Adelman will take over, and we're going to roll in the playoffs and take our chance." Which, in all honesty, David Adelman, they said was the architect for a lot of that offense. So if that's the case, then really only thing that would really truly change in that organization is maybe a coaching philosophy change, but you never know. I mean, they might pull it together and do it. I mean, this still is an NBA championship team, caliber team, or was a former NBA caliber team. So,
hey, Joe, that's 100% false. That's like a Mike Hughes type thing. Like he names everybody off, and he's like, they're going to the Chicago Bulls or the Chicago Cubs. I don't know. For one, I do not want KD. Everybody in this panel knows that I hate KD with every ounce of blood that's pumping out of my heart. They're trying to work me up because they know that if it happens, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Oh man, he
they
loses shit. God.
But they also know that soon Miles Turner is going to come to the Lakers. They also know that Jay is going to be a Dallas Cowboy fan next year for no reason because they're going to be in last place in the NFC East. Oh, there he is. I love it. Soto left because he's not a true Yankee. He couldn't handle the spotlight. He didn't want to be in Aaron Judge's shadow. But guess what? We don't care anymore. Look what we're doing. Look what he's doing. Look at his batting average.
That's what every kid says when their parents are going through a divorce. I get it.
Who's got a better record? Cubs or Yankees?
I think the Yankees did, if I'm not mistaken, right? Or no?
I think the Cubs.
Oh, no, you're talking about the Cubs. The Cubs and the Yankees. Cubs too, obviously.
Yeah, why are you talking about the Cubs? Juan Soto's not on the Cubs.
That's what's his name's. That's what's his name's team.
I understand, but he's not talking about the Cubs. He's talking about Juan Soto. He said why Juan
He's
Soto
always
left.
he's
Don't
always
mention
talking
the
about the
Cubs.
Cubs. He's
Nobody
always
cares
talking about the Cubs. No matter what,
Tony.
he's talking about the Cubs. Cubs is always on his mind.
Exactly.
Like you, help me out
talking
here.
about the Cubs. Let Mike have his little moment. All right, it's the beginning of the year. This is where Mike could get happy.
Okay.
By June or July, we know how Mike's gonna be.
What team Soto on?
The Mets.
Mets.
Okay, I didn't know.
He went from one New York team to the other.
No. He went from one New York team to a second New York team that's a redheaded stepchild to the Yankees that we don't even care about. We just put over our knees and spank them on our butts. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what Juan Soto wanted to be. He wanted to be one of those kids that are over the Yankees' knees so we could spank that ass. That's all he wanted to be. And it's okay. We could do that, right, Jacob? We could do that, Jacob.
No comment.
That is awesome. By the way, Mets actually have a better record than the damn Yankees at 8-4 versus 7-5.
Yeah, take that, Frank.
Yeah, it's like one game.
hey. It's one game.
Hey,
Right.
hey. Who have the Mets been playing lately?
I was gonna say
Miami. They played Miami in 2 series out of the last 4.
we can't talk about shit because our
Our
team
team sucks.
our team's in last place
Hey,
right now.
we're used to that.
No.
What's fucking
Oh,
new about
hell
that?
no, we're not doing this.
Hey,
hell no.
I ain't gave up. We're still gonna be in the playoffs. We're just getting
Jay,
off to a slow
I
start.
I thought Chris said that was a surprise team. I'm waiting for that surprise.
Hell no. We're not doing this, Jay. We're gonna switch it. Normally I do it to you, but we're gonna switch it to Tony. Damn it, because you guys in the beginning of the season were riding high on the Terry Francona and all these players. No, we're not gonna do this now.
I'm still riding high, so leave me out of it. I'm
not-
still riding high.
I ain't gave up yet, but we were last place, and hey,
It's
that's
what you
they
get.
are.
It's what you get. That's what you get for hiring Terry Francona. That's what you get.
No, seriously. Hey, Frank, I do have a serious question about the Yankees, and I'm not trying to be rude or anything like that. I don't want you to think that. But you guys brought in some good pieces, right? You brought in Bellinger, a few other people, right? Beefed up pretty good. Now, I understand you did lose your ace for a little while, but does it surprise you that does this surprise you that you're 7-5? Like, is that what do you think is going on with the Yankees that they can't get high, or they're not higher than where they should be? Because I do feel like right now, and it is way too early. I do want to point out that we're way too early right now. But do you feel like there's a little bit of disappointment in where you expected your Yankees to be as to where they are currently right now?
Go Cubs. Go Cubs. I like messing with that's my dude. No, I'm not a little like nervous on where they're at. Listen, the games that we've lost against good pitchers, right? And I've noticed that was gonna happen. The game that we had against Detroit yesterday was a good game. We had like Max Fried versus Jack Flaherty. That was a good pitching matchup between them two. They went like 6-7 innings of scoreless innings. It was a really good matchup. But I feel like also that I've seen that the Yankees don't like playing in the cold. and I understand that baseball players don't like playing in the cold because for the Yankees, we're called the Bronx Bombers. We like to hit home runs. We like to hit the ball. And I get that and I love it. And the last 4 losses that we have been in cold weather. This weekend was really this past 3 games was really cold in Detroit. You know, they had to move the game from nighttime to daytime. It was snowing over there. They got some poisoning food that actually hurts some of our players, like Cody Bellinger.
Wait. What is this pussy excuse? I can't play in the cold. I'll be honest. The Reds can't hit a fucking ball,
Hold up.
but the Yankees can't
First
win
of all-
because it's cold out. Ooh,
First of all-
it's cold. What the
First of
hell?
all,
Jay, can you believe that fucking excuse?
First of all,
Because
Tony,
it's cold?
hold
I'll
on.
be
Tony.
honest.
I told you he's
Reds-
smoking seeds and
Reds could hit
stems.
balls if it was fucking 30 inches
Hold on.
around.
This is
But
coming from a
the
fucking
Yankees
guy
can't win 'cause it's
who was
cold.
just crying about his team being in last place. You shut your old ass up before I give you a heart attack.
I will say this though. The Yankees have had an open air stadium for as long as I can remember. I don't buy that cold mess because you play in the cold 24/7.
shit.
So I mean, I don't buy that. I just think
play
it's
in
just
the
a lack
cold
of performance on you
24/7.
guys. But hold on, I do want to address Mike real quick. Did it bother me? Of course, it bothered me when Tucker was let go for what we got in return. It bothered me.
That way
That's a
I
lot of.
hear about Bregman.
Oh, God.
Did it bother me when Bregman was let go? Of
Thanks,
course,
Mike.
he's the best, one of the best defensive third basemen in the league. And we didn't really get anything in return for him. So I knew that this year was going to suck because we let go of 2 really big pieces of our team and virtually really got nothing in return for them.
I
Well,
bet you.
obviously, you're not going to get nothing in return for Alex Bregman. You didn't trade him.
Well, I bet you.
No, but you understand what I'm saying, that he didn't come or he's not with us. So I'm saying that's a big thing to lose. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
your
Frankie,
fault.
Frankie,
It's
what
not
do you
our
think?
fault. We gave him 157 million. He turned it down. It is what it is.
Frankie, do you think maybe there's a picture of Bregman on Jay's ceiling in front of his bedroom?
It's
He looks
definitely
like
right.
a-
It's definitely right there next to the TV that's on the other side. You see the reflection from the TV. You can see the photo of Alex Bregman.
I think
Hey,
he
if that's the
dreams about
case, then
fucking
Aaron
Bregman.
Judge is on Frankie's underwear. Okay.
He is. He actually is.
We're off the fucking
Listen,
rails.
I'm not mad about it. Because you want to know why? Because he's our franchise player that's actually on our team. You know, he doesn't be like, you know, I don't want that money. I'm gonna go over to another team. No. We don't have to.
Well,
fight.
Bregman wasn't our
We don't have to
franchise. Our
fight.
franchise player, honestly, was
All
out
right.
Tuesday. But
We don't have to. We don't have to fight. Listen, I don't even want to hear about Altuve. All right, we're done with the.
and so was
Altuve.
Tucker. I should say Altuve and Tucker. Those were supposedly. I mean, those really were our franchise. I don't understand why Dana Brown traded Tucker because everybody knows that Tucker was the main focal point on our offense. Crazy to me.
The
I'm
fact that
still
he
very
just
angry
said
about
that.
that. So, Mikey, I congratulate you, man. You got a hell of a player from us, man. Enjoy him and don't ruin him.
Shit, Kyle Tucker having a season with the Cubs. I ain't gonna lie.
He is,
who had
man.
for someone who
But,
had
you know what, though, Frankie? That doesn't surprise me, though. What
No,
he's doing
but-
right now, he was doing with the Astros. It's more magnified with the Cubs. I mean, he's been doing this for a while.
but I feel like
It's just
what's
for some reason now people are starting to notice it.
what's more surprising for me was he had a trash spring training. Honestly, like his spring training was horrible,
Yeah.
and I thought he was gonna carry it on into the regular season. He actually did for a couple games. He really did, but the last 2 series, this man he's been putting bat to ball a lot in these last 2 series.
Who's playing third base? Mikey said, "Who's playing third base for you for the Reds?"
For the Reds. It don't matter
All right.
because they're in last place. It don't matter.
It's been switching. Steer plays third some. Espinal's played third some this year.
Espinal played it yesterday.
Dude, there's no way that Kyle Tucker isn't a Yankee next season.
Bags, say it with your heart. Let's go.
I'll tell you one thing, though. I know, and Frankie, I'll tell you, man, and Gonzo, you guys made it very clear, and I agree with you now. I mean, I look at it and I'm seeing it. Obviously they brought up the torpedo bats, but yet they're in second place by half a game under. I mean, and a 7-5 record. So I guess it does say a lot for just because you got the torpedo bat doesn't really mean as much as hoopla that was generated off the initial when it came out.
Yeah, we actually said that in the beginning. Like when you guys
Yeah.
were asking me that, I said, listen, it's got nothing to do with bats. It's got to do with pitching. Milwaukee had trash pitching in the beginning of the season. I feel like they still do, but they've been winning a couple games these last couple series. They've been winning, but their pitching is not as great compared to the last 3 series we played. Like, I mean, Pittsburgh has some trash pitching as well. Detroit got some good pitchers, and Arizona's got some good pitchers. So I mean, when you have good pitchers on the mound, yeah, it's gonna be hard to hit the ball, and it doesn't matter what the bat looks like.
Detroit's got that cold weather too.
Yeah, they got cold weather in Detroit. You know, also they got poisonous food. They got poisonous food. If you're ever in Detroit, I don't care if you're visiting, if you're on vacation, if you're just there on business, don't be eating the food in Detroit. You get food poisoning. Take it from Cody Bellinger.
They probably went to Coney Island.
Coney Island, he's in Detroit. Oh my
No,
God.
there's a famous hot dog place called Coney Island in Detroit.
Really? In
Yep.
Detroit?
Yep.
Look at that. They're so bad. They got to name other places. This is insane. Detroit. I swear to God.
All right.
It's so shitty. Now we know why Jay was deployed in Detroit one time in his life. It's just a shitty place for shitty people. No wonder Jay was there.
I've never been to Detroit, but okay.
You never been to Detroit? So what's up with all these things that you said? I've been to Lake Michigan and all this stuff. It's cold in Detroit.
See,
So how
that's
you
how
say you've never been to Detroit?
Hold on a minute. Hold on. This is how I know New York's educational system has failed Frankie.
He's not good with geography. Don't put that on me.
No, I did live on Sheboygan, which is on Lake Michigan, but never been to Michigan. No, the time to be alive.
You've never been to Michigan?
You've been to Detroit.
No, never been. I've never. I mean, there's a ferry that would take us over there, but I just never got on that damn. I had no point.
What was his name? What was his name that took you there?
Huh?
What was his name?
Oh shit!
You said a ferry took you there. What was his name?
Or ferry took us there. I see what you're doing over there, doing a play on words. Look at you. Look at you. You've been hanging out with Frankie too long. I require you to have a. You gotta go into a 3-day quarantine from Frankie.
You don't need no help from anybody, dude. Believe
I've
me.
got 4 brothers, and they were the masters. I'm still understudy to my 4 brothers.
I bet you were under the study, but okay.
Under the table, under the desk.
Oh man, this show is so off the chain. He said his name was Jerry.
You know the show's gonna get canceled by Boss, right? Logan. Logan the Milkman. We're gonna get canceled. After he
that's one man I know that has probably never in his life owned a razor or shaving cream. I don't think he's ever owned any of those 2 products.
So what are you saying? What are you trying to
I'm
say?
saying that man has no hair. Period.
If we get canceled, it's Tony's fault.
Frankie, you can't give it all, man. You gotta take a little blame.
Tony's on a different level today. He's trying to work everybody out.
He said Logan's in a meeting with HR right now.
Yeah.
Mike Logan is HR.
There'll be the all new afternoon show, all new host. It'll be Logan by himself.
Oh, sweet Jesus. If you've enjoyed this hellified content, please like, share, and subscribe.
It'll be Logan and Jake. Jake hasn't said anything out loud.
Well, that's true. Logan and Jake will be there.
That kid Jake will be staring at a wall trying to figure out if that's a woman or a man.
Nah, my screen is here and then my camera's here. So
Excuses.
Oh.
2 different.
Excuses.
If I stare at this and I'm not looking at you guys, it's like
My ears.
Hey, next time we gotta break Jake in properly. I don't feel like he's had enough abuse on this show. Next time we just need to give a little bit more
I don't know
abuse.
Jake, so I can't really abuse him. Maybe next time.
Hey, we talking dirty now.
Oh, here we go.
All right. Well, anybody got anything else before we get out of here?
Yeah, me.
No, I just want to say, make sure you hit that subscribe button to GSR as well as ESEN. Make sure you give us a subscribe.
Don't put us associated with this shit.
What's GSR stand for?
Gonzo Sports Room.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
What did you thought it standing for?
We're not gonna say it live on the stream. I say what I gotta say. And we really would. We really will get canceled.
Oh shit. He said,
Hey,
what
real
he was
quick,
gonna say, Logan Paul
hey,
died.
real quick. Tomorrow, when y'all tune into tomorrow's show, please, listeners, put into the comments what you think GSR stands for. I'd love to hear.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Was that what you was thinking there?
No, that's not what I was thinking, but that was funny as hell.
Yeah.
Actually,
I
was
got
pretty
this-
damn
I got
funny.
two-
Just so you guys know, Chris is the founder.
Oh, and you're under.
He's the
He
founder.
said, Chris, listen,
Oh, fuck.
you know what? And I knew that and I knew that conversation we had before the show, and I knew it worked out. Now I know why he named it GSR.
That's awesome, Mike. I may have shirts made.
Oh, shit.
Well, let's get out of here before you offend somebody else.
Look at all those, look at all those, look at
real
all those
quick.
dolls that Jacob got over there. Look at all those dolls.
Please hit that like and subscribe button.
He's got dolls. What kind of dolls he got?
Look at those
No,
dolls.
no, in the show. We're good. We're so good.
You like playing with those? You like playing with those pops?
Hey, the last time Jay brought dolls on the show, we got in trouble. He brought his damn
We
booty.
did. We did.
Oh, you talking about that wrapped up doll that had a thong on? Yeah.
We got in trouble for that.
Well, I got it from Gonzo's. Well, I can't say I got it from GSR. I don't know. It was on their merch list. I don't know what we're doing.
All right, please hit that subscribe button at Gonzo Sports Room at ESCN. And we'll see you guys tomorrow right around 2 o'clock.
Maybe.